If you have high standards with low support, where it's not a psychologically safe environment, where athletes don't feel like they can be themselves, you're going to burn your athlete out. You're going to have your athlete hate basketball. And I've seen it. As the director of BTG basketball, some of my most talented athletes, I had one super talented athlete that he quit after the spring season. He felt this pressure to always play. I'm like, dude, it's okay. If you don't play the summer with us, it's fine. Don't say quit. Don't put a label on it. Don't quit. The reason that he quit, the reason that I've seen other really successful players burn out is because they've been treated like professional athletes since they're like in second grade, fourth grade, sixth grade. Even a ninth grader, a high schooler, is not a professional athlete. You are listening to the Beyond the Scoreboard Podcast, transforming athletes into leaders on and off the court with host Coach Furtado. Coaches, are you ready to take your passion for coaching and turn it into a full-time career? I know the challenges firsthand, but the Make Money Coaching Sports program helped me take BTG basketball full-time. If you're tired of juggling coaching part-time and want to fully focus on doing what you love, this business accelerator will give you the tools and support to make it happen. Hit the link in the show notes below to learn more and start living your dream. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode, the first episode of 2026 of the Beyond the Scoreboard Podcast, the podcast that is providing information and inspiration for coaches and parents to transform athletes beyond the game. I'm your host, Coach Justin Furtado, and in today's episode, I am going to make it a very, very simple on how to transform any athlete beyond the game. Now, if you're a parent that is listening to this, you're a coach that's listening to this, maybe thinking about programs to join, if there's a program that talks about winning in youth sports, run away, run as fast as you can. The biggest challenge our youth are facing is elite basketball, elite club sports. Are there a 1% of athletes that may potentially benefit from this? Yes. However, let's look at the overuse injuries. Achilles injury, Jason Tatum. Achilles injury, Tyrese Halliburton. Not only talking about burnout, right? That's at the highest level because those guys have put so many miles on their body. Now, obviously, winning is a great thing, right? We want to be competitive. You don't want to develop losers, quote unquote. However, if a program is only focused on winning, then you just go find the bigger, faster, stronger athletes, right? That's what it is. If you want to build a winning team, right, in youth sports, just find the bigger, faster, stronger athletes. They don't even have to be more skilled, just bigger, faster, stronger. What you want to look for is a program that has high standards and high support for your athletes. A lot of these programs that are successful, that do focus on winning, what they have is high standards, right? They have a high standards for an elite level of play, which is great. They have low support and they degrade young people and they treat young people like young professional athletes. And what we see is a high anxiety levels in our young people. What we see is burnout, right? 70% of our young athletes are quitting by the age of 13 because of traditional coaches. Think of your traditional Bobby Knight. High standards, yelling, cursing, cussing, you do this, you do that. And I'm not saying high standards aren't important. They are absolutely essential to helping athletes develop and transform their game. But if you have high standards with low support, right, where it's not a psychologically safe environment, where athletes don't feel like they can be themselves, you're going to burn your athlete out. You're going to have your athlete hate basketball. And I've seen it. As the director of BTG basketball, some of my most talented athletes, I had one super talented athlete that he quit after the spring season, quit basketball. I think he came back though. He came back for his junior season. He just needed a break, right? But he felt this pressure to always play. I'm like, dude, it's okay. If you don't play the summer with us, it's fine. Don't say quit. Don't put a label on it. Don't quit. The reason that he quit, the reason that I've seen other really successful players burn out is because they've been treated like professional athletes since they're like in second grade, fourth grade, sixth grade. Even a ninth grader, a high schooler, is not a professional athlete. High standards are great. Our kids need high standards, and I absolutely agree about that. And I'll share with you my struggles because I'm the opposite. Now, we want to have high standards and high support. What I'll say, I naturally just my personality. I'm very good at supporting people. And my natural ability maybe isn't necessarily to hold people to high standards. I'm improving on that, and I'll share a little bit more about that. So you also don't want to go to an organization that this is probably more recreation, right? Where there are low standards. You can show up whenever you want. It's okay. You don't have to work hard, right? That's low standards, right? High support. Great to see you though, Johnny. Low standards, high support. What we want is both high standards, high support. And what does that look like? High standards means we have high standards. You need to be here on time. This is the effort level that is required if you're going to play on this team, right? And if you don't meet it, we're going to hold you to that. Not because I don't believe in you, because I do believe in you. I believe in your potential. We have to hold you accountable. It is our responsibility as a coach in a program to hold you accountable so you can reach your goals. And at the same time, that as soon as you walk into the gym, you feel like you belong. You feel like you're safe. You feel like, oh, the coach is here. They care about me. That is how you unlock and transform young athletes. And that's what we've been doing at BTG Basketball is we have high standards. And I'll be honest, I was burnt out last June, and I dropped some of my standards. And that's something that I'm working on right now, how to be a better coach, how to always remain high standards, high support. I will give you an example this week, all right, what I'm working on for myself as a coach right now. Because as a coach, you also, as a parent or a coach, right, you want to go to a program where there's a director over there that is constantly learning and growing. And that's what I'm doing. I want to constantly learn and grow and how I can be a better leader. I need to be a better direct communicator. I need to be more assertive. I need to be more firm with how I talk to my athletes. And I'm working on that this week. Yesterday, we had the practice. Boom. Look at me when I'm talking, right? I'm going to demand it. I'm not moving on. I'm not moving on to the next drill until we do it right. Oh, we're not communicating. I use something called the penalty box. You're in the penalty box, or we're running. Hold them accountable. If you say you're going to do something, you have to hold them to it. Otherwise, you're not holding yourself to standards. And that's something that I'm learning. I didn't naturally get taught that growing up. So I have to kind of teach that to myself. And that's okay. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that opportunity. You have to have high standards for our players. So specific situations this week. I am a conceptual offense person talking basketball wise. Won't go into the details. Long story short, I've been giving my athletes too much freedom. So I was like, I went in, I planned before practice. We're going to do this, right? These are your two options. Boop, boop. If they don't do those two options, turnover, hold them accountable. You know, one of the things on defense that if they didn't pick up on defense right at half court, boom, nope, offense, go the other way. Defense didn't do their job. Right? So holding them to that high standard is essential and giving them that support. Like, I believe in you. I believe that you can do that. You know, high fives, different ways. Everyone has their own kind of mechanisms of how they're going to support athletes. But one of the things that I see is the biggest challenges is people have really high standards for kids, for anyone, right? But they feel like they're always getting that negative feedback, right? Like, oh God, like I know the standards, like I agree with you, coach, but I want to know that you're on my team. This generation wants to know that their coaches, their parents, I can't talk really as much as about parents, but as teachers, they're on their team. They are with them. They want to be a part of their journey. I don't want to feel like, coaches, like I'm playing against coach, right? They want to feel like you're on their team. So we have to have high standards and high support. So if you are a coach in the Los Angeles area, we would love for you to shoot us an email at info@btgbasketball.org. We're always looking for transformational coaches. If you are a parent in the West Los Angeles area and you're looking for a basketball program that not only invests into your athlete as a basketball player, but more importantly, as a human being, our goal is to transform athletes beyond the game, beyond the scoreboard. Our mission is to provide coaches across the world with the resources and tools, the information, the inspiration to transform athletes beyond the game. We've got to take back youth sports, and we need to go make an impact. Stop going to these clubs that, sell, winning, right? That's going to work for the best athletes, for the stronger, better, faster athletes. If you're a stronger, better, faster, go to those elite factories, right? That's the place. But if you're somewhere in the middle, There are organizations, there are programs that will really help your athlete develop. Your athlete needs high standards and high support. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you got something from it, please share it with a friend, a parent, a coach, and we look forward to bringing you more value next week. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Beyond the Scoreboard podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and share it with a friend, coach, or parent you feel like would get value from this episode. It's our responsibility to impact as many parents and coaches who are the ones that are impacting our athletes. That's how we create a ripple effect. So thank you for being a part of our community, and we look forward to serving you all next week.